Since the dawn of time, humans have tried to turn food into something more. From ancient amphorae and barefoot stomping to today's labs and modern fermentation magic, one thing never changed: our love for wine. And now, things are about to get even more interesting. What if I told you you could make wine at home? But first, let's start from the beginning. Before we dive into the magic, let's start with the basics. How do you even know how strong your wine will be? To know how strong your wine will be, you don't need fancy equipment. For every 17 grams of sugar, you get 1% of alcohol. Simple math, simple chemistry. Ancient wisdom meets kitchen science. So now that we know how alcohol forms and how to calculate it, it's time to get our hands dirty. Because theory means nothing until you try it yourself. Let's start the real experiment. For this experiment, I show you exactly the type of grape juice I used. Nothing fancy, just something you can find in any supermarket. I put exactly 3 liters of grape juice into the jar, then added 1 bar spoon of dry yeast. That's about 1 teaspoon for every 3 liters of juice. Nothing else, just juice and yeast, the 2 ingredients that start the magic. Next, I placed the airlock on the jar lid. I filled it with a bit of alcohol, in this case, whiskey. This lets the carbon dioxide escape during fermentation while preventing bacteria or insects from getting inside. And here it is, the setup is ready. A simple jar, yeast, grape juice, and patience.
4 hours later.
After about 4 hours, the fermentation had already begun. You could see smoke bubbles forming, a clear sign the yeast was alive and working.
A few moments later.
After 12 hours, fermentation was intense. The carbon dioxide was so strong that the grape juice started to push into the airlock itself. The code mind wins.
2,000 years later.
After 24 hours, I cleaned the airlock and replaced the liquid inside. But the pressure was still so high that the fermenting juice kept pushing up again.
1 eternity later.
After 48 hours, I cleaned and refilled the airlock again. The fermentation was still strong, but now the carbon dioxide levels had stabilized.
And so guys, after almost 2 weeks, our wine is almost ready. The fermentation starts to slowing down. Definitely, I can smell it. There's something alcoholic is going on. And now definitely there are still some bubbles as well coming up in the surface, which is carbon dioxide, which is a byproduct of the fermentation process. But now, even though the fermentation is slowing down, I would like to wait and see in a couple of days, or maybe 3, maximum 5 days, what's gonna happen. And so, see you soon with a new update. Hello guys, and finally after 2 weeks our red wine is ready. Fermentation almost stopped. It's very slow. As you can see, the yeast as well, or nowadays, are dead, are in the bottom of this amazing jar. And so now I will follow 2 different paths. Of course, the first one is to transfer this amazing red wine in the bottle, let it aside for a couple of weeks before trying it. And I will follow as well the second path, which is to transfer this red wine in the bottle and let it ferment again with a tiny bit of sugar to make it sparkling, and try to make like a very similar traditional Italian Lambrusco red wine. I'm super excited about all this process, so let's follow me. And so guys, as you have seen, we almost got the same amount of liquid since the beginning of this experiment. Unfortunately guys, I couldn't save the last bottle, it was really full of yeast. But guys, it's not a problem. I transferred the liquid back in the jar and we try to make a vinegar with it. But so far I brought what we actually have in front of my eyes. So 2 bottles of a classic red wine, which I put it aside for a couple of weeks. I had experiment with the last one, which I put a tiny bit of sugar. To be more precise, I used 10% of the total amount of liquid obtained. So I put 7 grams and a half of sugar. I will try to recreate what is a classic Lambrusco Italian red wine to make it sparkling. And I'm very excited, very impatient to try all these wines, but as we always do with these fermentation experiments at home, guys, we really need to have a little bit more of patience. So see you soon in 2 weeks. Hello guys, welcome back after 2 weeks, so better a tiny bit more of 2 weeks because I wasn't home for a couple of days. Our wine is ready to be tasted. I'm really looking forward, especially for this sparkly version over here, because I really want to see if the cap of the bottle it actually resists the pressure that has been developed during the second fermentation. So now is the time. Let's try that. Let's start with the regular red wine, so not sparkly version. Look at the color, guys. It exactly looks like a simple, very classic red wine. The smell, guys, is amazing. It smells like cherry. Super nice. It's very nice. It's a very nice acidity. It's a wine that usually I wouldn't say that they actually homemade. Like if someone would serve me this wine in another bottle, I would believe them, definitely. Super nice. And so guys, now we are ready to try our sparkle version. I threw it away the previous wine because I don't want to get drunk in the morning. So let's see. Oh, okay, open it. It's not really successful, so it's not really sparkling. But anyway, it's still wine, so let's try it. By the color, I can say that it's still the same, of course, as the previous one. Yeah, it smells exactly the same. It's actually amazing. And let's try it. Okay, guys, it didn't look too sparkling. By the taste, it's slightly sparkling and not too far from the previous one. I have to say both are amazing. That's a great result, because as well made just with 2 ingredients, guys: grape juice and yeast, and it's super easy recipe. As you can see, you can try to make it too. And so guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed, and if you like it, please share it with your friends. For any doubt or question, just leave it in the section in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe, and see you soon fermenting new ideas. Ciao!